Live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
Welcome back. Happening this Friday, students from Honeoye Central schools will be getting out of the classroom and going into the community for their third annual Day of Caring.
Yeah, it's a chance for children of all ages to lend a helping hand, make a difference, and give back to their neighbors. Chris Lopez is live at Town Hall to show us how this event is really impacting that community. Hey there, Lopez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, all morning long, we've been cruising and bruising all around town, showing you guys the spots that kids on Friday are going to be volunteering their time and just fixing things up, sprucing things up, like the gazebo that we are around here. I'm with the town supervisor this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you.
What are the kids going to be doing? This is a beautiful gazebo, but there still needs to be some work touched up on it.
It is. It's been here a long time, and we constantly need freshening up and the staining, and as you can see, there's areas that are are showing their age and need freshening up this time of year, and they've gone through the summer and had a lot of activities here, and
where else are the kids going to be volunteering their time? You were listing out a few places, one of them historical.
Yes, we'll be working, having them help us at the Sandy Bottom Beach. We have a nice beach and pavilion area down there. The kids are going to take a wall on the inside of the pavilion, and they're going to put a mural on it, emphasizing the lake and the partnership there between the town and the school district. We have a historical museum here that they'll be working around and freshening things up there. We have another. It's an old schoolhouse on Abbey Road, the Abbey Road Schoolhouse. We'll be working there. There again, everything needs maintenance and some assistance, and this is a great opportunity for the young people to help out and take pride in their community.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this day. As the town supervisor, how do you view this kids kindergarten through senior coming out here and getting their hands dirty?
Well, I see it as a great opportunity. It's learning outside of the classroom. It's they're working on something, so they can come out here and they can take pride in what they've done and share with their parents, their family, what they've accomplished.
And what do you think that says about the town? Where I'm from, Phoenix, Arizona, there is not a day of caring. You're not going to see kids out and about picking up trash at the town hall or anything like that. But you said this town is small enough, it's tight-knit, and
Yes.
these kids are going to help each other.
Yes, that's the advantage of a small, close community. We partner with the school quite often on many different things, and the kids are involved with the school or with the community, and the town is involved with the school district in multiple opportunities.
And this is the third year it's happened. What do you want those kids, whether it's a kindergartner, a sixth grader, or a senior, what do you want them, they can only take one thing away, what do you want that to be?
I think it's the pride in the community, taking part, owning part of the community. It's that community involvement where you're getting more out of it than you would in a classroom.
Yep. And we're going to be there on Friday talking to those kids, being here at the certain places, watching them get their hands dirty. Who knows, I may help out a little bit, but I'm not a kid. I shouldn't be out there anyways, or with them in the trenches anyways. I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
Yeah,
Part
acts
2
like
coming
one.
up on Friday.
Yeah. You got the mindset of an 11-year-old.
Mindset of an 11-year-old. I don't know where I was going with that. Back to you in
Yeah.
studio. You got me. Touche.
Sounds about right.
Whatever.
Thanks, Lopez.
When Arc Rochester returns, we are taking a bite out of some upcoming fall fun happening in Wayne County.
Yeah, stick around. We're back on the other side of the break. Fall is in full swing, and what better way to celebrate than with a bushel of apples? This week, Wayne County is kicking off its 28th annual apple tasting tour, running all month long.
Yeah, from orchards to cideries to family activities and tastings. For more, we're joined now this morning by Christine Wirth, the Director of Tourism at Wayne County Tourism. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
We were just talking about last year, and we were talking about all the different kinds of apples that we're so fortunate to have in our area. Give us an overview of what you guys have to offer for this year.
Well, in regard to apple varieties, there's so many, and each year new ones come out. It's so important to get out into the orchards and into the markets and learn about the different ones, because you're going to walk away liking a different apple each time.
I mean, mine has always, my favorite has always been the gala, and there is no shortage of those, I'm sure.
Not at all. The best part of the apple tasting tour is the opportunity you pick. And if you haven't done that before, I was in the orchard yesterday. Even though it was a little warm, it was beautiful seeing the families out picking your own apples. It's easy in this day and age just to be at a store and just buy apples, but to get into the family-owned orchards is the best thing you can do.
And I like this thing that we're showing on the screen here, the passport. Tell us about that.
Exactly. So we have a little game involved. So you visit each of the orchards and you get a letter, and then you can solve a word jumble at the end. So just to get out there, visit all of the markets. It makes it fun family-wise. All the stops are family-friendly. We have everything right on our website at appletastingtour.com.
Talk to us about what you brought here today. Because,
definitely.
It looks delicious, and the sweet treats in front. Let's start with those.
Exactly. Can't pass up an apple pie. All of our markets have great bakeries. So Longacre Farms here presented the apple pie and the cider donuts, and the apples are from Morgan Farms, and we have Snapdragon, and I don't know if you're familiar with Snapdragon. Extra juicy, extra crunchy, fantastic.
What I find so I mean, you look at that pie. It's how does somebody make something so perfect looking, right?
It takes some serious skill. Yeah.
Mine may not look that great.
They taste great, though,
but
right?
they taste great.
They taste good. That's all that matters.
Excellent.
Exactly.
And, you know, I think for so many people, I saw this online, and it was like a pretty hot debate. But everybody was saying, oh, September is when you get your apples, October is when you go for pumpkins. But you can go apple picking. It's not like they run out in September.
No, and actually a lot of the varieties aren't even available yet. Yesterday when I was out, I noticed that a lot of the ones that I wanted, I still had to wait a week or two. So the varieties come until mid-October. So you have plenty of time to get out there and enjoy.
Absolutely. What I love on the inside of the apple tasting passport is the map that you get.
Yeah.
It's really kind of incredible. You don't think, you know, every few miles in every direction, there's another apple orchard.
Exactly. And if you have the month to do this, you can do it all month long. If you have a weekend, there's areas where you have a cluster of businesses together, and it's easy.
And you guys have a new partner this year, yes?
We do have a new partner, Silver Waters Winery, that makes apple wine. So it just adds to the experience.
Apple wine. That sounds tasty.
Yeah, I've never had that. It sounds delightful. A little disappointed you didn't bring it for us to try this morning, but that's okay. What do you dip the donuts in if not some apple wine? Right?
Maybe like coffee, like a normal person.
Maybe coffee like a normal person. That is fair. If you had to tell somebody who'd not gone out and done the tasting tour ever before, or maybe hasn't ever gone apple picking, maybe not done a U-Pick tour, what is the sell? What is the one reason you need to be there?
I think it just disconnects you from the busyness of the world right now, and you get into the local businesses. You support local. You support New York State. You can't have anything better than a New York apple.
Yeah.
I almost said donut.
Well,
that too. Come on
or pie.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got all three. We have got all three.
It's just so important to support our local businesses and our local farmers.
Absolutely. And I imagine a really good opportunity to teach kids too, you know, about agriculture in New York, about eating healthy, about the importance of farmers.
Yes.
Yeah.
On that topic, do any of these farms offer tours for schools?
Yes, in fact, Morgan Farms just had a school group at their market. So
Love that.
they do that throughout the year, definitely.
Terrific. Wonderful.
Christine, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it. For somebody who's interested in getting their hands on one of these cool passports or learning more in general, how do they do that?
appletastingtour.com. Keep it simple.
And we'll post all of that information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Stick around, much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. You can go, just leave the apples.
Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour. Stephannie Joseph will be here breaking down some of our top political stories.
Yeah, she joins us now from the live desk with a preview of what we can expect at 9. Hey there, Steph.
Hey there, guys. Good morning. In today's political pulse, a government shutdown is looming. An important meeting is expected between President Trump and top congressional leaders as they work toward a resolution. I speak to an expert to break down this process and its potential outcomes. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. Arc Rochester returns after this.
On this Monday morning, September 29th. Thanks for staying with us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Mark McLean back for another look at the forecast.
Yep.
We're going to start with weather trivia, and then we're going to go to muddy paws.
Yeah.
In that order.
And it is truly a muddy paws picture today. This dog over the top.
Couldn't have been taken from around here.
No, because it never rains here.
I know.
We haven't had rain, a decent rain in months. But yeah, let's talk about the weather trivia. The trivia today asking about two states that have served up all-time record high temperatures of 100 degrees. So Alaska, which is hard to believe that Alaska could get that warm, right? Mm-hmm. This is interior portions of Alaska, for sure. What other state pairs up with Alaska as the only state that has had a record high temperature of 100 degrees? Is it Maine?
Is it Vermont?
Vermont, New Hampshire, or the state of Hawaii?
Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay. Lots of D's up there.
Yeah, so I believe it was Hawaii, and here's why. Because I don't think it has ever reached 100, or maybe once it's reached 100, if I'm remembering correctly.
Is that right?
Well, there's geography at play, right? I mean, it's a very small state. It's broken up into very small islands, so there's not a lot of surface area to heat up there. But then you're also looking into New England, like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, these are also places that don't have exceptional heat either.
Right.
So lots of D's up there.
I mean, lava is hot.
Lava gets pretty hot.
I'm just saying.
Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea can actually have snow on the top of them, too, in Hawaii. There's pictures of that actually taking place, too.
Neat.
And technically, they're both bigger than Mount Everest if you go down to the ocean floor. And you come up through the ocean floor to the...
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
yeah,
wild.
but the ocean buries a lot of that, so you don't get to see it. But what do you say?
All right, let's go Hawaii. Let's
Hawaii?
go with everybody.
Yeah, jump on board, right? It was 100 degrees in the state of Hawaii. Alaska reached 100 on June 27th, 1915, and Hawaii reached 100 on April 27th in 1931. So technically, it wasn't even a state at that point.
Yeah.
Right? Neither one of them, right? Was Alaska a state?
No.
No, definitely not.
No,
Right?
1915.
So 100 degrees. Interesting.
I like being right. That's all I'll say.
interesting. It is.
One for
However, listen,
Yeah.
I'm just for the person sitting at home who's crying, calling a technical on that one.
Yeah.
Because they weren't states at that time.
Yeah, those are technicals.
Yeah.
There's some technicals there. Look at this guy.
What? Where in the world is Brady?
Yeah.
Clearly not in New York State.
Seriously.
Well, this must be an older, either that or there was a water main break or
Yeah.
something.
Or like draining
Yeah.
the pool?
Yeah, it could be. It could be
you
something
know.
like that. Yeah. But Brady has some muddy paws right there. And we love to see the pictures of your pups when you can send them in. Just send them in to 13wham.com/chime in. We're looking for a few photos this week. There's the QR code. Scan that. And we'll happily put the picture of your little pup there.
You know it wasn't just Brady's paws that got muddy either. You know
all
that
of
dog
Brady.
laid down and
yeah.
rolled around.
Like it
yeah.
hasn't rained in forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good news for Brady. It may never rain again.
It's always sunny in Rochester.
Right? It's
Yeah.
always sunny here. It's never cloudy and it's never rainy. Not much rain.
Look at that. Look at that.
Just like zeros.
That's wild.
I know, and it's going to continue. That's the thing. This pattern has plagued us here for months. And what a dry September. There's only ever been one other September with less rainfall than this September on record. And the records go back 150 years, so to be fair, into the early 1870s. So just 0.3 of an inch. September of 1960 was the only other September that really, well, it's 60 and 61. Interesting that it's, bookended kind of right in the middle of those 2 Septembers that were very dry. But one thing that can happen when the air gets dry is that the temperature can fall down a little bit more overnight, and you get a clear sky, and you get places like Rush down to 40 degrees, and you see some of those values lakeside in the upper 40s, Medina's at 44. You start to think this time of the year, with these colder mornings, when are we going to start to see some frost? When are you going to start to see some of this other stuff changing? But don't worry about that today. 54 now, and this temperature is just set to take off through the afternoon with large high pressure overhead. It's just going to be another sun-filled day for Western New York and New England. Now, one thing that won't change a lot, unfortunately, without rainfall is the old sneeze cast. Dr. Hartel's office gives us this report. You suffer from the ragweed stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Is it bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, no. That's not fun. That's
all
not.
right.
Is
Yeah,
over
it's okay.
over-the-counter stuff takes care of it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the ragweed count, certainly. That's in that moderate range, and it will be there until we do get that first frost. But mid-70s at lunchtime. It's going to be a warm afternoon, low humidity. Great afternoon for the walk or the jog outside. Drop back to the lower 50s later tonight. Mostly clear. It's going to be a cool night, but not quite as cool again as it was this morning. You just saw on the New York State Mesonet there, lots of 40s out there this morning. And we're looking for rain. We're not finding it. I think it's probably the middle of next week before we actually start to get back to some rainfall. Notice the little cool down midweek. We get those temps back in the 60s. And then look at next weekend.
Yeah, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Just love it.
We could make the first weekend of October more like summer.
Listen, you're not going to get any complaints from me.
No.
You know? And is it a Bills home game again?
Yes, it is.
It
Yep.
is.
There's another
Pat's
great
coming to
tailgate.
town.
I mean, that's wild.
2 questions.
Yeah.
/1 issue.
Comment. Here comes the comment.
Careful.
No.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the forecast.
Okay.
Your tropicals, have you brought them in?
Not yet, no.
When are you doing that?
I think I'm going to let them go.
Really?
Probably through next weekend. It'll probably be next week before I bring it in. See, overnight's in the low to mid 40s. I'll fight through it. If we get one night that would drop into the upper 30s, I'll put frost blankets out. But it's not. It depends on what it is.
Okay.
My Mandevilla, the Plume area, and some of the others, they'll be all right with that.
My other
for a night or
question,
two. Yeah.
the stink bugs this season.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
What is the deal?
I know that, and the bees are out. They're trying to nest too, but yeah, they're everywhere.
I've got the vacuum cleaner going like 24/7, walking around the house.
You can't. Don't step on them.
No.
No.
Then it.
But I'm always so worried that they're just going to fly right out of the vacuum.
I am too. So I let the
Give it a good shake.
No, I let the vacuum run for like 20 minutes.
Oh boy.
Just leave
It's like
it
a
going.
food processor.
I know. Listen, I
Goodness.
can't. Don't come in my house.
Oh no. We had a few.
like a
I haven't
threat.
noticed that like a ton of them.
Oh no, I've noticed a lot.
A lot. Okay.
A lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll get an expert on.
We should.
Maybe.
They're
You should.
from the ground up.
We could do an insect specialist.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, they can't bring samples though.
Stink bug lover in the studio.
Thank you, McLean. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're learning more about a beloved holiday classic that's coming to life in an upcoming musical.
Yeah, and don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break.
(9:10) this Monday morning. We might only be 1 week into fall, but we are in the holiday spirit because they're coming up very soon. And this time, for the first time ever, Meredith Willson's Miracle on 34th Street, the musical, is hitting the road for a national tour, and it begins where else? Right here in Rochester.
The 10-week tour will open with its first show at Roberts Wesleyan University. For more, we're joined now by Dr. Rupert Hales Jr., the president of Roberts Wesleyan, and Jim Volerton, the CEO of Premier Theater Productions. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
This is so exciting. So let's dive right in and start things off with how this partnership kind of came to be.
Well, we acquired the rights to Miracle on 34th Street several years ago. We've been putting together production and putting together the tour. And originally we were booked to open the Tech Week, or what's called the final week of rehearsal, way out in the in Idaho. And I got talking to my technical crew, and I said, wait a minute, we're traveling 1,100 miles to start this thing off, and then back because the tour opens in New Haven, Connecticut. And we got talking, and I said, well, you know, it's such a wonderful facility right here in Rochester, one of the best equipped stages, and frankly, I'd been to the theater, but never on the stage. why don't you do it here? So with that, I made a call to Roberts Wesley and met these wonderful people that just welcomed me with arms. And I guess the rest is history, because here we are, and instead of traveling 1,100 miles to get the thing kicked off, because we rehearse in New York City, and then we bring them into what's called Tech Week.
And Doc, what was the sell for you to say, yes, we want that on our stage?
The sell for us was the fact of the matter is it's Miracle on 34th Street. And that's one of my favorite plays.
Oh, okay, all right.
And so
Like,
when I
we're doing
heard that, and my staff came in and said, yeah, there's a possibility, I said, forget the possibility, make it happen.
Oh, my
And so I'm so glad that we were able to partner with them to be at Hale Auditorium on campus. It's a 25,000 square foot building with about capacity for about 1,000 people. And in addition to that, we as a student body and also as the faculty and staff are just looking forward to Christmas season, because that's a special time of the year, and we're just so geared up to experience it.
Right, yeah. And what is it about that show that really, hits so close to home? Because when we started talking about it, your face just lit up.
It lit up because the show itself is about faith, it's about possibility, and it's about belief. And, if you get a young child and you want to inspire them, you have to get them to believe in something. Also get them to be dreaming about things that are bigger than themselves. And I just get that from start to finish, when he engaged Santa Claus at the very beginning all the way to the end, where he's in a courtroom and they said, okay, he actually, the judge, after they go through things, said, okay, I think he exists, something like that. So it's not so much about Santa, it was more about faith and believing and having the possibility to dream and dream big.
Really was a Miracle on 34th Street.
It was.
What led the production company to seek the rights?
We, several years ago, I started reading about it. We actually did a local production, but this show had never toured, and it's amazing. Most Christmas shows, Meredith Willson wrote the show back in the 60s. It's based on the movie, of course, but he wrote 16 songs to make it a musical, including what everybody's favorite, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. So we started talking about what's the possibility of touring this, and it was a complicated process that takes forever when you're getting touring rights. But we just saw, and then I started noticing a few years ago that they do a survey every year at Thanksgiving time. What's your favorite Christmas movie you're waiting for? Miracle on 34th Street always came up in the top 3. Yeah. So we decided we've got to put a tour together, and the rest is history. But I just want to say, I think I need a new PR man. He just told the Ripper just told the whole story and why we're doing it. I can't say anything else.
Well, I mean, it is a phenomenal sell.
Yeah.
We know we can get tickets through Ticketmaster. When is it going to be on its feet on your stage?
October 1st is when we actually have tickets open. You can go to roberts.edu to get it. And it's Friday, November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd is the actual dates of the play.
Excellent.
Love that.
That's just going to get everybody in the holiday spirit,
It
right?
really
And,
is.
and thinking about holiday spirit, when you're thinking about it, you think about faith and belief and all that. And Roberts Wesleyan is a community of faith, and we believe in that. So when it's just a no-brainer when it comes up, I'll pay. You'll pay me later.
Are you going to be there every night?
I'm going to give him a shot.
Yeah.
I bet you will. Thank you both so much for coming in. We greatly appreciate it. We'll make sure to post all of this information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Time right now is 9:16. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Steph will be here breaking down some of our top political headlines.
Political Pulse coming your way next.
for Political Pulse Check on our Rochester. Congress has less than 48 hours to enact a spending plan before a government shutdown. This afternoon, Trump is expected to hold a bipartisan meeting with the top 4 congressional lawmakers. Last week, he canceled one with Democratic House and Senate leaders Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. The president calling their demands, quote, unserious and ridiculous. Senate Republicans need at least 7 Democrats to vote in favor of their spending plan, but they're saying no deal. They want concessions when it comes to health care, including the extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies. The GOP is not backing down, though, and believes keeping the government open should be the only priority right now.
Any sustainable agreement should always be bipartisan in nature, and that's been our position. It's also been our position quite clearly that we've got to address this Republican health care crisis.
I'm very comfortable with the position that we have. It's to fund the government, finish the appropriations process, deal with the issues the Democrats want to deal with after we keep the government open.
And for more on this looming shutdown, I'm joined now by politics professor at Nazareth University, Dr. Tim Nealon. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephannie.
So the first thing I want to start with is just the moment itself. We know that back in March, it was Chuck Schumer who had delivered the vote to help get that stopgap measure through at the time. So what about this moment right now is different from that time when he was able to support a spending plan?
Well, right now, the progressives within the Democratic Party are quite angry at the lack of pushback from the elected officials in the Senate or the House. And Chuck Schumer got an incredible amount of negative play amongst his base for, in fact, going along with Republicans last time around. So this time they're going to push back and make some demands, including extending the COVID-era Obamacare subsidies and making those permanent. Now, whether or not they're successful, we'll see about 12:01 Wednesday morning.
Yeah, that is for sure. I want to talk about some potential outcomes. Obviously, to pass the spending measure or to not pass. So let's say that it does get passed. Right now, the GOP plan helps to fund the government through November 21st. But what would happen after that?
Again, they would have to do the exact same thing they're doing now. They have to get either an appropriations bill or they'll have to do another continuing resolution. That is, a continuing resolution either funds the government at the same rate as the last appropriations bill or at the last continuing resolution. Now, this one that the Republicans are suggesting is pretty clean in terms of just keeping everything status quo, except that they want some additional security money for some government offices, particularly in light of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So there's a little extra money in here. And so this would be the Republican plan. I think the Democrats only want to fund it through like Halloween with some of these benefits, as restorations of money for NPR and some restoration of other Medicare cuts, but also the Obamacare subsidies. And so, again, they would be back at the negotiating table and we would see another potential government shutdown.
And we do know that that's just days before another holiday recess of sorts. So do we think that potentially something that happened as they headed into the Rosh Hashanah recess would also happen again?
Yeah, exactly. And it could be where, so in this circumstance, September 19th, the House passed the bill, which is the one the Senate is looking at right now. But then they left and there are no plans to come back. Whereas now the Senate has to determine what they're going to pass. And then if they do pass the House bill, it would be fairly easy. Again, the question is, can they get enough Democrats to support this resolution through November 21st? That's what they're going to be talking about at the White House today, and certainly negotiations will continue through Tuesday.
And the other potential outcome is that there isn't a consensus reached and a spending plan does not get passed. We're starting to hear a lot of different consequences that could happen. I believe the budget office had talked about some different things that would happen with funding in terms of removing it from certain things that weren't obligated to be funded. But also we're hearing about some furloughs that would happen within the education department. So what would typically happen when the government shuts down?
So if the government shuts down, all non-essential workers are furloughed. That is, they are, sent home And the Office of Management and Budget has suggested that some of those people might actually be terminated in the long run, which fits in with Donald Trump's scheme to shrink the federal government. Other essential workers would have to report for duty, but would not be paid since the government is shut down. And that last time this happened, for example, TSA workers at the airports had to report to work, but many of them called in sick because they weren't going to get a paycheck for a period of time. I mean, the longest government shutdown goes back to 2018, 2019. It was like 35 days. So this could cause some chaos in our transportation systems. Certainly, it could end up leading to the closure of national parks. There's just a number of things. There's some money that's available for a short period of time to fund things like school lunches, but that would begin to run out fairly quickly. So there's a number of things that would hit the average American fairly quickly if this does not get done.
Yeah, that is for sure. So what would have to come out of this meeting with President Trump expected to happen this afternoon in order to help lawmakers get past this impasse?
I think Donald Trump would have to signal that he would be open to having Republicans in the House and Senate negotiate about some of these healthcare priorities that the Democrats have. I think that would be a victory of a kind that Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer could take back to their caucus and say, look, the president said that they will allow us to sit down and talk about this. That might be sufficient. Or maybe there'll be some movement, and there will be, some additional money put into this continuing resolution in the Senate. We'll have to see after this White House meeting what the two sides say.
Yeah, that is for sure. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We're back after this.
.28 this Monday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a local project is putting survivors front and center in a powerful new way.
Yeah, the Breast Cancer Confidence Project is celebrating the launch of its first book. You Are Whole. It features Rochester area survivors through some intimate portraits and personal stories.
Joining us this morning are Yolanda Hollister, director and co-founder of the project, and Erin Bardwell from Baldwin Richardson Foods. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about how the two of you are teaming up on this, but I first want to talk about this project because it truly sounds incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So the project, the Breast Cancer Confidence Project, it actually started with myself and Michaela. Michaela couldn't make it today but she is the co-founder. This was really her idea. She went through breast cancer at 28, right during COVID, and I photographed her whole journey through her breast cancer journey. Seeing herself in the photos helped her realize that you expect to see weakness, and she saw strength. And it really helped her kind of accept the changes that her body was going through. So when she saw that, she approached me and was like, would you be willing to start a nonprofit where we can do this for other women? Because it was so powerful for her. Wow. And it's a part of treatment that doesn't really get covered, is working on that body positivity during it. So out of all the women, if 75% of women who go through breast cancer struggle with body image, and we really wanted to help tackle that.
Wow, it is remarkable. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about the partnership before we get into anything else. Let's talk about how you two are connected.
Yeah, so we met through a mutual friend, Rebecca, and I was afforded the opportunity to become a part of this amazing project, and it was just I was so grateful to have met her and been afforded the opportunity to be a part of the project.
It's really incredible. You brought along a book, and this is part of the collection, correct?
This is the book. This is the book that we have, and I can't show the cover. We're going to be doing that unveiling at Wednesday's event, but I did want to show her page because I think it really speaks volumes to what this project is about and what her bravery to be able to show herself in one of the most vulnerable states that you're going through and be able to share that with the world to help others have hope.
Sure.
So you want me to?
Yeah,
okay. So this is her. This is Erin.
Yes, yeah. So it was amazing to be able to get in there. I was just coming off of my 4th round of chemotherapy treatment on a Friday and in the studio on Sunday. And as you can imagine, I was very sick.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it was just amazing to walk into her studio and have these amazing women around us, surrounded, talk about our stories. And she was just so uplifting when we got into the studio to be able to get in there, and her smiling face, and you just felt so comfortable being in there no matter how sick you were. And we were just all on different journeys at that time. And she just made us feel so beautiful and comfortable at a time where we were just really sick.
And I imagine that feeling sick like that really does a number on your confidence in your body positivity. Tell
Absolutely.
us about that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was just coming off of round 4 of treatment, and it was a really taxing treatment. I honestly didn't want to get up out of bed that morning. I really didn't. I was so sick, and so just having that ability to spend time over the weekend and get prepared for it. It got you out of that zone of, I don't feel well, I don't look well, and just get into that, all right, I can be beautiful in a time of not.
What do you see when you look at those photos today?
Oh, goodness. It's a reminder of, just how in the dark you can get during those times, and just having the ability to be present in amidst of so many other women that are going through the same struggles. And it's just a reminder that you can get through it.
I would imagine you see a lot of strength, though, there.
I do.
That you probably didn't know you had.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of strength.
Incredible.
It is incredible. Let's talk about what's happening this week, the event that you're hosting.
Yes, absolutely. So this has been about a 2-year progress, so we're super excited to be at the end of it. We have our book launch, our official book launch, on Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at RIT Tate Preserve. We'll be unveiling the cover. We have, I think, 6 to 8 survivors who are in the book that will be there. The book highlights anything from women from across the country, ages 28 to 59, all the different types of surgeries and treatments that you can choose to go through. And so we'll be unveiling that. We'll have a little bit of a discussion so each woman can kind of talk about her experience and what it truly means to be able to see yourself as whole, since so many women don't feel whole going through the process, and breasts are such a feminine part of us. So we really want to talk about that. And then we'll have a cover unveiling and a hope wall for people to write messages of hope on a ribbon and make some live art while we're there. And then, of course, books will be for sale and available to buy and donate as well, so that we can get them out to cancer centers and we can really get it to the people who need it most.
Terrific. For someone sitting at home, if they can't make it, but they want to know more about the book, they want to get their hands on a copy, how will they be able to do that and when?
Yes, absolutely. So the books will be for sale after the event online as well. They can either go to our Instagram or our website, which is just breastcancerconfidence.com, and we will have links there available for anyone to purchase. Our Instagram is at breastcancerconfidence, and that also, we keep everything up to date on there as well, so it's easy for people to find.
Terrific.
Very good. Thank you both so much for coming in today and for the work that you're doing, boosting the spirits of people, not just in our community, but all across the U.S. as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We're honored to be here.
Absolutely.
We'll post all of this information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, a look at some of the stories that have people talking this Monday morning.
Hey, don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
Let's get a look at what is trending this morning, starting out with a new study that reveals a large number of Americans are using PTO for a very specific reason, and it's not vacation.
Yeah, this is a really interesting survey that was done. It was conducted by Merisleep.com that found 37% of workers say they use their vacation time just to stay home and get some extra sleep.
That report found 1/3 of workers aren't spending their vacation on leisure because they're using it to recover from exhaustion.
Yeah, that rate is the highest among millennials at 43%, followed by 34% of Gen Xers, 33% of Gen Zers, and just 20% of baby boomers.
On average, Americans who took PTO for sleep used 2 to 3 days to catch up.
Now, you probably are saying to yourself, no duh. But the findings of this study have some companies taking action.
Bosses from several different businesses and fields have commented on the findings, discussing employee burnout, work-life balance, and an increase in people leaving the workforce altogether.
Employees are suggesting companies give more vacation days to normalize these staycations, just to catch up on some rest.
Others, though, are asking the company to roll out some more personal time off rather than vacation time and just have it accrue over time.
I like that idea.
I do too.
Listen, I was off 2 weeks ago. It was literally just to recover.
I think, yeah, shift work is brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess I'm a little confused. PTO, paid time off.
Uh-huh.
I was never under the impression that had to be used for vacation. I thought it was like, okay, this is your time. Use the time however you want.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But if a company only offers, 2 personal days a year,
I see.
You're going to end up using PTO
Yeah.
for those R&R days.
Yeah. I've never called out sick the morning of work here because I needed sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've never called out in general because I needed sleep. Have you?
No, because I needed sleep?
Yeah.
No. I called out once here.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm on board with this. Or maybe, just maybe, we actually start to consider 4-day work weeks.
That would be nice.
You know?
I would work longer.
Sure, 4 days a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would work a long shift, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait
I don't
and
think
see.
they'll go for it.
Yeah. Let's move along now to AI being used for a good cause.
A woman in Virginia revealed she used ChatGPT to help her win the lottery.
How?
Hold on. You're going to find out, and you're going to find out.
Okay. Are you going to?
I will tell you, sure.
Okay.
She said since she was not a frequent lottery player, she asked AI to pick the numbers for her. But 2 days later, she was sitting in a meeting at work when her phone notified her to collect her winnings.
I like this. So at first she thought it was a scam, but after verifying the numbers, she said it was a life-changing surprise.
She matched 4 of the 5 numbers plus the Powerball, resulting in the beautiful, sizable win of $150,000.
Oh, man, can you imagine?
It would be sweet.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
She said that as soon as she saw the total of her winnings, she immediately knew what she had to do. Quit?
No, she decided to divide the full $150,000 among 3 charities close to her heart.
Wow. The organizations were the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration, Shalom Farms to help fight food insecurity, and the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society.
With not 1 penny left from her winnings, she said she hopes her story teaches others to spend their newfound wealth on others who truly need it.
Wow. Now, allegedly, other people say they, too, have tried to use ChatGPT to predict lottery numbers. Most of the time, it does not work to this extent, so it can't be proven that AI actually knows. Well, of course it can't be proven that AI knows what numbers will win because lottery drawings are random.
Yep.
And KPMG oversees them, so I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that they're fixed.
No. I don't know. I would be interested to know how ChatGPT made that prediction.
I think it just picked some random numbers and said, "Here, lady, good luck."
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Just the way the machine does when you say, "Yeah, I'll take a quick pick."
Yeah.
It's just picking random numbers, you know?
Yep. All right, we got to move along. Dan, are you a bio-baiter?
Well, if you are, you need to stop.
I was waiting for the answer. Are you?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
All right. According to social media, online dating apps have become plagued with people who are taking part in this bio-baiting. The idea is defined as desperate singles altering their dating profiles to get more attention and seem more attractive.
No.
Okay.
It's not me.
I believe
It's
it.
not me. It is different from catfishing since it's not altering anything too drastic.
So, for instance, these bio-baiting folks may add activities and interests into their bio that they really don't do. They're really just trying to get some clicks or some swipes.
Okay, so common ones people have shared are reading, cooking, and hiking.
So they say it's not lying per se, but it does mislead potential partners, ultimately resulting in bad dates.
People claim that this is the reason they have given up on dating apps.
In a recent survey, 63% of people have admitted to putting a little white lie on their dating profile to attract more people.
For what? But to what extent? Like it defeats the purpose of trying to find a partner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, maybe it's like I'm not on board with this at all. I'm just trying to say, like, I feel like people might do it because they're not getting any swipes and they're like, well, I want a smart girl that knows how to read. So I'm going to say that I like to read so that our kids would be smart.
Maybe if you want a smart girl, work on your personality. That's just a thought. Just a thought. No, because listen, people already put on such a front when you are dating. The first couple of dates, with you and your husband. The first couple of dates, he went out with Abby Fridmann, the version of Abby Fridmann you wanted him to see. He did not go out with the woman he married. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is true.
So you're already putting on a dog and pony show when you go out there in the date. So no, don't lie on the profile. That just seems like that's...
Seems like maybe you've been the victim.
Maybe.
Of bio-baiting.
Yes, maybe a couple of times. Maybe a couple of
You've
times.
You've never told like a little white lie when it comes to that, like, oh, I like hiking. And for somebody, hiking may just mean a stroll in the park, but for others it may mean
No,
like,
that's taking walks. That's what that is. That's what a stroll in the park is. Hiking, you have boots. No, I don't enjoy hiking. You know?
We need to get you one of those billboards. MaryDan.com.
Maybe if I can split it with her.
With what's her name?
With
Lisa?
yeah,
No,
Lisa,
not Lisa.
Lisa Catalano.
Was that her name?
That's her name, Lisa Catalano. MaryLisa.com. Check it out. She's got a dozen billboards right now in the Bay Area. I can split the domain with her too.
MaryLisa Dan.
MaryLisaOrDan.com. Stick around when Arc Rochester returns. We are telling you where you can catch Romeo and Juliet this weekend.
Yeah, we're back after this.
this morning we are taking you behind the curtain as Nazareth University prepares to bring the classic Shakespearean tragedy Romeo and Juliet to life this weekend.
Cast members from the upcoming show are here with us in studio to talk about it and also give us a little dramatic preview with some live sword fighting. All right, so thank you so much for coming in today. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
For sure. I'm CJ. I'm one of the ensemble members of the show, and I'm understudying Romeo.
Very good.
I'm Marissa. I'm also one of the ensemble members of the show.
I'm Pascal. I play Friar Lawrence, and I serve as the fight captain on the show.
The fight, and I mean, we're talking actual sword fighting.
Yeah.
I thought when we said we were going to get a demonstration, you guys were going to have, like, you know, wooden dowels.
like pool noodles or something. Yeah.
This is legit sword fighting. I want to talk about that first. How much practice goes into that to make sure everyone knows what they're doing and it can be executed safely?
So much. Yeah.
We started with poly swords, so in plastic. They're like black plastic swords with a red button on the end so we know where the tip is. And we practiced with that for 3 weeks, two or 3 weeks. And then recently we've moved to the steel. And we're practicing almost every day. Anytime someone's not on stage and is in a sword fight, I'm taking them into another room to run it. And every day before we run the show, we have fight call where we run each fight before we do it on stage.
I mean, just a question. How do you get this kind of job to be in charge of that? Because that's so cool.
I begged my director and annoyed him enough into him giving it to me. But I've also done a little bit of stage combat in classes and in workshops that I've done before. And then a lot of studying, and every time the person who actually choreographed the fights was in, I'm frantically taking notes and learning everyone's choreography.
Yeah, Nazareth is also really helpful about giving a lot of students opportunities to be involved in the production. So Pascal being our fight director, we also have student choreographers, dance captains who are students as well. So a lot of students are involved with the production.
That's very cool. Okay, let's talk about the show. This is Romeo and Juliet, the classic Shakespearean show. Anything unique about this version? Is it set in 2025?
No. So we're taking it all the way back to ancient Verona, doing it classic the way it's kind of written. But what's really interesting about our production specifically is that this is a lot of firsts for a lot of the cast members. It's a lot of our first time doing Shakespeare, a lot of our first time doing onstage combat, a lot of our first time being on a main stage at Naz. So that's what's really been the most exciting part about this production, is that there's just so much to be discovered for all of us cast members.
Very good. All right, for somebody who wants to come and see the show, when, where, how do they get tickets? Lay it out for us.
We are performing Friday and Saturday of next week. Tickets are available to buy online on the Nazareth University website. We've got a 7:30 show on Friday, a 2 p.m. show on Saturday, and another 7:30 on Saturday.
Now, I want to ask while we've got you here, are we all theater majors?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a musical theater major.
I'm also a BFA musical theater major.
I'm BFA in theater technology and design and minor in musical theater and theater arts.
What are our hopes and dreams and plans for, post-graduation?
Oh, well, I would love to work. I mean, the dream is obviously Broadway, but eventually somewhere along the line, I'd love to make my way back and become a college professor and teach musical theater at the collegiate level.
Very good. Excellent. How about the rest of you?
I'm actually a senior this year, so that's a lot of what I'm talking about this year. And so my first main goal after going to Senior Showcase, potentially getting agents, I would love to do a cruise contract, specifically like Disney Cruise Lines will have performances where you can perform as, say, Rapunzel in a Tangled onstage live musical on the cruise ships. And personally, I think that would just be a absolutely amazing experience.
I'm also a senior. I'm hoping to do Shakespearean acting and focus on that, but also fight choreography and directing. I've also worked in intimacy choreography and directing shows.
Very nice. Well, we get a lot of casting directors in the Rochester area up at this hour who love to watch this show.
Wonderful.
So we're going to see you perform coming up on the other side of the break. You're not going to want to miss it.
Oh, wait.
No, right here.
We're doing
right
it
now. Right now.
All right. We'll let you guys take it away.
We're going to get out of the way.
Thanks so much.
Draw, if you be men! Gregory, remember thy washing blow.
our final thoughts of the morning on Arc Rochester. What a Monday.
What a Monday. Best bits.
We need to get some of those swords in here for when you and I start to bicker.
Ooh.
Like real ones?
No, no.
well,
you know what
like
we
whatever
need?
they were using.
We need like American Ninja Warrior.
Weighted
Yeah.
pool noodles.
Those
The
style.
sumo suits.
Oh, Ashley.
For Halloween.
Put it in the budget.
Put it in the budget. Make it work. That would be a riot.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a riot.
Settle all of our beef.
Absolutely. Well, no, they can't give us actual swords.
No.
No.
You think you could settle it?
Not even
in
allowed to
just
have,
one
like-
show
like
for 2
anything-
hours?
They
Or would it take
don't
more
give
than
us
2 hours?
actual scissors around
Probably be
here.
enough for 2 hours.
Hey, that does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 on
13 WHAM ABC.
That's right.
Steph and Mark will be there later today for 13 WHAM News at midday.
Bye.
See ya.